Joel Rosenberg writes, God has not given us Bible prophecy to scare us, but to prepare us. We reserve a few minutes to discuss current trends that you'd expect from reading Bible prophecy. We are futurists, and that's a good thing. We interpret all unfulfilled prophetic passages as future events that are going to occur in a literal, physical, apocalyptic, global context. We look at things like biometrics, artificial intelligence, cashless commerce, the manipulation of human DNA, global government, the exponential growth of human knowledge, and the rebirth of the nation of Israel. Those are all end times prophetic events that are trending in the world today. We haven't talked about human trafficking. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, defines it saying it's the use of force, fraud, or coercion to obtain some type of labor or commercial sex act. Every year, millions of men, women, and children are trafficked worldwide, including right here in the United States. It can happen in any community, and victims can be any age, race, gender, or nationality. Traffickers might use violence, manipulation, false promises of well-paying jobs, or even romantic relationships to lure victims into trafficking situations. According to a September 2017 report from the International Labor Organization and Walk Free Foundation, an estimated 24.9 million victims are trapped in modern-day slavery. Of these, 16 million were exploited for labor, 4.8 million were sexually exploited, and 4.1 million were exploited in state-imposed forced labor. Forced labor takes place in many different industries. Of the 16 million trafficking victims exploited for labor, 7.5 million work in construction, manufacturing, mining, or hospitality. Almost 4 million forced labor victims are domestic workers, and nearly 2 million are victims who work in agriculture. The breakdown of men, women, and children is this: 71% of trafficking victims around the world are women and girls, 29% are men and boys, 75% are aged 18 or older, with the number of children under the age of 18 estimated at 5.5 million. Now, reading the Bible as a futurist, you sadly expect this new slavery, as they call it, to be increasing worldwide. You expect it because in the revelation of Jesus Christ, there's a list of commodities that characterize the economy of the future Great Tribulation. It lists the following: merchandise of gold and silver, precious stones and pearls, fine linen and purple, scarlet, every kind of citron wood, every kind of object of ivory, every kind of object of most precious wood, bronze, iron, and marble, cinnamon, incense, fragrant oil, and frankincense, wine and oil, fine flour and wheat, cattle and sheep, horses and chariots, and the bodies and souls of men. And that for sure is human trafficking. You've heard of preppers, right? They are stocking up, getting ready for a catastrophe. Nothing wrong with it. Probably all of us need to be a little bit better prepared than we are right now. And like Scar said in The Lion King, be prepared. Remember that? I get all my advice from cartoons. The devil is something of a prepper. He is preparing earth for the Antichrist global government. Trafficking the bodies and souls of human beings is one thing he is establishing going into that awful time. This stuff is going to unfold in real history, real future history, and that means that it doesn't mean that when the Great Tribulation starts, everything is going to suddenly shift. There have to be trends in that direction. And so right now, human trafficking is a big deal. Most people don't think about it, and it just keeps going and going. In the tribulation, it will become more full-blown. And so a lot of the stuff we report on, it's kind of the preparation for getting ready for what's going to happen in the future. And so that's why we say we would expect human trafficking. We believe the resurrection and rapture of the church are imminent events. Jesus could come right now and resurrect the dead in Christ and change us into our glorified bodies. Are you ready for the rapture? If not, get ready, stay ready, keep looking up. Ready or not, Jesus is coming.